All right, all right. I think we're live. I'm gonna go live here on Instagram as well. And okay, so we're live here, live there, and let's start analyzing the markets a little bit because there are some there are some interesting moves happening in the crypto world. Um, Let me just copy this link, share with a few friends, and let's see some charts today. Okay. All right, guys. Obviously, a big drop, um, and there are some things I want to talk about on this live. The first thing I want to talk about, and I'm bringing this chart up for you all because a few days ago in my community, I posted this chart. There was, when was this? I think it was probably last week. So if you look at here, I post a meme and then I post this chart here. That's exactly this chart that I'm bringing up right now. And all I did was I went back to 2021 and I looked to a pattern that is kind of similar to what's happening right now, which basically it's a topping pattern. There are some differences, obviously. This one was in this sort of uptrend market structure, and this one it's more like sideways, right? But other than that, I think there is still like some similarities, especially when you see that there is a high, a big drop, and then a lower high. This lower high, it's basically just forming by this sort of pattern where the highs it's sloping up and the lows are pretty much the same. This one obviously wasn't too perfect because this low actually broke those two lows, but you can see the reaction of the market was basically it's basically doing the same thing. Now what I do expect some reaction of a low like this, which is basically a reaction of this low or maybe even this one. So I also know that this is just in a range. Okay, so it's not a moment to freak out yet. I think there is still like some potential for this to bounce, especially when you get that close to support. There's some people are gonna buy this, but I'm looking more for a scenario where this is just gonna be a consolidation or a lower high, and then we continue lower, because there are some signs of recession happening right now, and especially I posted this thing on my Facebook, I believe. Let me fresh it up and then I show you guys a couple of charts that I think it's important. Yeah, I think the first one I would say is this one here, which is basically unemployment of the labor force. And basically this chart, every time the unemployment goes up, there is a recession, okay? And this chart wasn't wrong in the previous recessions so far, and we are sloping up right now in a rate that it's not good, okay? So basically this could signal a recession right now. The unemployment rate on the Friday was higher than expected, so it wasn't a good number. The other chart that I shared was basically the cash pile, like the cash position of probably the biggest investor of all time, right? And Berkshire is basically just a hedge fund, and they have a very large position of cash right now, and they weren't like that big in cash in a very, very long time. So this is a signal that the big money, the big guys, the hedge funds, they are, preparing for some sort of correction in the equities market. And there is another chart here, which is basically the yen, Japanese yen. So if you guys didn't see there was it's Nikkei, right? So Nikkei, maybe if I put it just Japan here, maybe there will be some. Yeah, I could maybe use this one. Yeah, so this is the chart, right? If you go to a monthly, you can see it looks awful. And then this month, we just open up the month. It's just 5 days in, and we already dropped 11%, like nearly 12%. And this is the biggest drop since COVID. You can see here on the March 2020. That was the time when this thing dropped that much. So basically, there is already some sort of recession going on in Japan, and that could create a domino effect where that's what this chart is saying, because this chart is basically a lot of hedge funds, asset managers, basically borrowing money in yen because they have a very cheap interest rates, and they can get the money and invest in another country. And basically they leverage it up, which is a human pattern. And now with the interest rates going up in Japan, they are now getting squeezed, right? And they have to pay back their loan, basically. So now the equities market, it's dropping. If you look to S&P, let me open up this chart. It's not that worry yet. I think it's still okay. It's just a 4% drop, but either way, it's the biggest drop since COVID, I believe so as well. So if you look, I think you get from the high to here, that's a 7% drop. It's bigger than this one, I believe. Yeah, it's already bigger than the previous drop. So this could still be like some sort of correction. Obviously, there is a support here, and let's see if we're going to bounce from support. Right now, we gapped down. So we open with a gap down, and doesn't look like we're going to bounce from support. So I'm watching this chart here on this screen because things could get very spicy, maybe today or tomorrow. And yeah, and gold, I think gold is also not looking amazing right now. It looks like we're gonna double top in here, and yeah, we try to break through the previous all-time high, and now we double top, not looking good. So the economy in general, it's showing some signs of weakening, right? And I think there are moments where we can be bullish, and there are moments where we need to be careful. And I think right now it's a moment where we need to be careful. And yeah, so basically I just want to start this live with those words, because if you follow me, I want you to be prepared of a scenario where we just collapse. And in a case where Bitcoin drops and this is actually a recession, where should we go? Where is the next support? And I think if we look to the monthly, let's get rid of those drawings. If we look to the monthly, and a lot of people use Fibonacci. I like to use Fibonacci as well. If you use the Fibonacci, I think a very healthy pullback in a higher time frame would be around this area, where it basically around the 40K area. So that's basically from here, it would be around a 30% drop, which is a lot. So obviously I'm gonna be very careful with my long positions. I still have some long position on Bitcoin, but I'm not very excited about, and I've sold most of it already, because I think there is now a higher chance that this could be the top. And why I say that, because basically this range is a battle between bulls and bears, right? Every time we come to the low, the bulls need to show up. Every time it comes to the highs, the bears needs to show up. And right now, I think the bears are winning because you can see there is a sort of lower highs going on, and the lows are getting lower. Okay, so it's a sort of downward pattern here, very, very similar to what happened in 2019, I believe. This chart doesn't have 2019, so let me change that to chart Finex. That must have, yeah, here, that's 2019, right? And a lot of people are comparing this to 2019, where the market started creating these sort of lower highs, right? However, the lows are stay pretty much the same, but you can see this sort of pattern, and then obviously we had the break. If you extend this a little bit more, you can see that, you know, even the lows were getting lower, and we're getting lower highs. And then obviously this is COVID, that was the recession. So yeah, so I think this could be a sort of scenario where Bitcoin just keeps making this sort of pattern, and eventually a recession will come, will get everyone out, everyone's gonna panic, and then the Fed is gonna pivot, interest rates gonna go down, and that's when we get this sort of like bottom pattern. This one was beautiful. I don't think we're gonna get a pattern like this anymore, but like we definitely can get some sort of pattern, bottoming pattern, that could indicate that the market's ready to bounce. But for now, obviously, this market doesn't look very good. I think this is the biggest weekly. We're just about to close. Yeah, we just closed the weekly chart, and that's a pretty much 15% drop. And we don't have this 15% drop since 2022, right? Where we dropped 26%. If you look to this bull run here, we had this 24% drop in here, and that was basically the high. Okay, similar to this, this was 11%, this was 10%, and this was like 13%. So basically, when the market drops by that much, by more than 10%, you know, very likely, especially after the extended move, very likely we topped. And yeah, that's why I think it's the most likely scenario right now. So I don't want to be very excited buying here. I'm gonna wait and to see the market come to this area here, and maybe find some longs in there. The worst case scenario, in my opinion, would be something like 50-60% drop, where we go back all the way to 30K. That would be the worst case scenario. And yeah, right now, as far as trading goes, well, I trade breakouts, and basically after this sort of melting, I need to wait for some sort of range to form. And yeah, there is no range for me here. If I go to Bitcoin as well, and let's change this, I traded on a 5-minute. There is no range here for me as well, so I just gotta wait for a range to form. And yeah, there is not much I can do. I do like a long from here, even though we are very weak, very bearish. You know, as a scalp, I think a false break here would be a nice long into the mean reversion. But yeah, I don't know. It's selling right now. Like this is very volatile. It's like $500 bar in 5 minutes. So this is very volatile. So definitely there should be some trades. This is basically my execution chart, my execution screen, sorry. And I'm just gonna go over through a few charts here, see if there is something that we can trade, right? All right, I see a few people join on Instagram. That's cool. Yeah, let me change this chart to here. Yeah, this chart here, it's Warren Buffett hedge fund. Okay, for those who don't know, yeah. So basically, the goat of investing, and he's, has the biggest cash position in the last, I don't know, 20 years or so. So if he's doing that, who am I, right? Who am I? Okay, so some odds here. Let me bring this microphone a little bit more over. Some odds here. Maybe Turbo Pendle. Okay, leave the microphone like that so you guys can hear me properly. Let me leave this up. Yeah, if you have any questions, just ask me on the chat so I can see it. Yeah, right now, all the altcoins are basically melting, which is quite normal. There might be. The thing is, I don't want to go long. I also don't want to go short. I think things are very extended too short, and it looks very bad too long. It's one of. I do like a retest, like a sort of retest if we start to rally back up. I do like a retest. And as I said, I do like a sort of false break at the lows here, but it's not really my strategy, so I might not take it this trade. Maybe I do. Experimental. Just a small size. This is a first trade of the week sort of thing. The week hasn't started for me yet. 7 p.m. on a Sunday, but I know it's Monday. We're in Australia, Asian session, and some forex pairs are already trading. Some futures markets are open. I will have a look on some forex as well, just to see if there is anything. And in here, yeah, it's just like basically things are just super weak. They even try to false break, and they can't even false break. Bitcoin is returning to the lows, and I think that maybe that could be a trade. Is that any level? I do like the 650 level on Bitcoin. That's actually my strategy, more like my strategy. Yeah. Interesting chart on here. Interesting chart, but nothing too crazy, nothing that's calling my attention too much. And yeah, that's trading sometimes, guys. Like trading is basically waiting, waiting until you like find a trade. That's basically my day here, guys. I spend a few hours just scanning, back testing, refining my strategy, reviewing my trades, and waiting for a setup. Nothing here. Nothing there. There was some false breaks that I liked, but they are not working. They look like they're going to stop out. And yeah, there we have it. This is a very interesting time to trade. This is just a 5-minute bar and it's going up by $500. That's crazy. This is a big move on a 5-minute chart. This is a big move on a 5-minute chart. So let's put like a trend line here. You know, maybe if we form a range in here, you know, touch this trend line, do something like that, maybe then I can go for a breakout of this trend line. But nothing too crazy right now. I need to adjust my levels here on this Ethereum because after this break things got, I think this level is interesting. This is a very big level. I think this level is interesting. This is the level we bounce. We've got a big level here, 2000 as well. We definitely need to trade that level. For those who are new and don't know me, I basically trade high time frame levels, okay, and breakouts and range breakouts. So basically all I do is go to weekly, daily, 4-hour chart and I find the best levels on the chart and I just wait the market to come to those levels and I just trade them. That's basically it. This is a nice false break setup. If we actually ended up being a false break setup, I've seen this sort of fakey setup a lot on the 4-hour. But I don't know. The market looks very weak. Maybe there could be a short of this level. Now that we are back below the level, you can see the market respected this level, you know, a few times. So this is an important level. Maybe if we come back in here, find some sort of price action, that could be a first trade right there. So let's wait and see. Meanwhile, let's have a look on some forex. Yeah, yen is just super strong. Pound. Pound looks weak as well. Euro looks much stronger. I think EuroCAD could be interesting this week. It broke the highs and yeah, let's have a look on EuroCAD. I think EuroCAD could be interesting. Let's have a look on it. Okay, let's have a look on it. EuroCAD. So basically just go to the weekly and then we find these two levels. So basically this is just a nice range. Looks like we got a break and then now all I need is just a retest of this level or this level. Obviously I prefer this level. It's a better risk reward than the first one. But both of them, I think they are fine. And I would, no, not 5 minute. But I would go on the 15 minute, and I would wait for some sort of price action at those levels. So let's put an alert here. Maybe this trade could happen tomorrow or so. But all I want is a price action that is combining with the level. So let me show maybe a trade I can show you guys. It's the one that happened on USD JPY. It was basically out of this big level here. If you go to the 15-minute chart, you can see like this sort of bullish bar here. It's exactly what I want to see. It's just like a nice bar at the level. So I would get in on the break of this bar, put my stop below, and then just target whatever resistance I find on this chart. I try to go like for 2 to 1, 3 to 1 sort of thing, at least. Yeah. So again, EuroCAD, I think could be interesting. Let's see what happens in the next day or so. Meanwhile, let's go back to Bitcoin and Ethereum. This chart is actually my Ethereum chart. So let's go to Ethereum and let's go to the 5-minute. Oh no, let me change this because I trade on OKX now, not on Binance. Yeah, let's see how it develops. I'll probably try to do some trade, right? And if it doesn't work, I just if nothing happens, I just ended this stream and it's fine. Yeah, cool. Let me check something here. Okay. Cool. All right. So New Zealand, it's weak as well. And Aussie weak. Pretty much all the currencies are weak besides Chief. Ooh. The DAX just gapped. Very ugly gap on DAX. Japan is just melting, continue melting. Yeah, like I don't know, like I don't think longs are any good here. I don't think longs are any good here. If we look at German 30, right? Look at this gap. It gapped down quite a lot. If you go to the daily chart, this looks super. Looks a head and shoulder, right? Let me draw the neckline properly. Yeah, now it's good. That's a pretty solid head and shoulder right there. Yeah, I don't know, like I think we're gonna have a pretty bad week. Look, we cannot even bounce back to that resistance that I said, to the level. I cannot sell this level. It's just too extended. So no trade for now, guys. No trades. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or want me to look any charts, just let me know. I'll be happy to look into some charts. I know some people trade Solana, right? Oh, look at this 5-minute bar on gold. That was quite interesting. Yeah, gold. I don't know. Like I'm confused because usually, like, if you look at bonds, right? If you look at treasury bonds, what's the signal for the treasury bonds again? Let me open up again. What is it? Macro economy. Where are you? Because that's the thing that's confusing me a little bit, is the US 2-year, US, not 20, 2-year bond. Yeah, if you look, these chart, it's inverted correlated with equities, because this is the bond, US government bond of 2 years, right? So you buy, you just basically you are lending money to the government of the United States for 2 years, and they pay you a yield of, which is right now is 3.78. Okay, this is a very safe sort of investment of asset, because obviously the government will pay you back. So whenever there is a risk of recession, usually this chart goes in one direction up and the equities go down, right? Because equities is risk assets and this one is like safe haven asset. So they are usually inverted correlated. So I'm kind of confused. Obviously, I don't have much experience. I've started trading just after during COVID. I started learning how to trade. So I only like trading for 3-4 years. I haven't experienced many bear markets and bull markets in my life. But this is kind of interesting, because usually this chart would be strong and the other charts, the equities would be weak. So I don't not understand, how can the dollar be weak, the gold be weak, and the equities markets be weak? That's something that's confusing me a lot. Because where is people putting their money on? Like usually people buy this sort of thing because it's basically cash, right? This is basically cash. So yeah, that's something that's in my mind right now, which I don't really understand. This is very topping, which I was quite bullish on crypto and equities because of that, because it looks topping. So I don't know. Obviously it's inverted. So if you go to US 10-year bond, it's 3.7 and the other one is 3.8. So whenever the 2 years it's inverted correlated to the 10-year, most often than not it signals a recession. And when this one drops back below the 10, which is the normal thing to do, that it means that we are already in a recession. So they are pretty close now. They were more far apart from each other. Now they are getting closer and closer from each other, which is another signal that a recession could be coming. So yeah, let's see what happens in the next few weeks and days. And yeah, right now, like, again, no trade for us. We are waiting the market to come to that level to short, and it looks like it doesn't even want to go there. Let's change this back to Bitcoin. I do have Bitcoin here on the screen, but just so you guys can see that as well. And let's change this to the 5-minute chart. And we just broke that little trend line that I drawn, and we're basically back into want to test those lows. I did say that false break of this low could be good. I still think it could be. But we never know. Let me change this to 4-hour. Yeah, we're back into that bearish sort of price action. we just wait. That's all we do. We just wait. Let me put some levels on this chart. So if you go to the weekly, what are the levels here on Bitcoin? All right, this one, this one. Are we just gonna open and just go? Are we not even gonna bounce? One, two, three. 3 days. That's a pretty big gap, by the way. Because that's a weekend, right? Saturday morning, that's a pretty big gap. Everything's open up in a gap. We saw DAX, we saw S&P. Everything's pretty much gapping down. Yeah, France is gapping down. Japan, Singapore, FTSE, everything's gapping down. So it's okay. Bitcoin is also gapping down. It's normal, and people are panicking. People are panicking. That's what's happening right now. People are scared, and they just want to get out and then don't care, because when you are fearful, you don't care. You just act on your emotion. You don't think properly, and that's when we as a trader need to think properly, analyze the chart, and execute the strategy. I was waiting the market to come to this level. It didn't. I was waiting for some sort of breakout retest in here, but it didn't happen. The question is, when those things gap down, do they fill back that gap? That is a good question. Like S&P gapped down and is making low highs on the pre-market. I don't think it's gonna open. I don't think it's gonna open bullish this. Yeah. So we wait. Another trade that we could have is a breakout retest of this level, something like that. That could be another trade. I do like this level here as well for long, so maybe we can play some long and shorts in here. It doesn't look that big, but if you look at dollar wise, that's like 1%, $500. That's a big move. That's a big move. Yeah, putting alerts on all the coins and see if we bounce. Ethereum is at a level right now. Ethereum is at a level right now, but I don't really wanna buy that. Let me see which level is this. This this low here from 2021. Yeah, it's kind of the same sort of level. It's like an area. So an area. So it was a support here. I found some resistance there. Here was messy. And then here found resistance. And then now it's kind of trying to bounce. But it doesn't look like it will. It just looks like it wants to keep going. Some inside bars here. We really need to look at equities. We really need to pay attention to equities. I think crypto is going to react to whatever the equity markets are doing. And right now, they are bouncing. Right now, they're bouncing. Not aggressively, not a lot, but they are bouncing. If we go to the S&P one and we go to 5 minute, it sort of started bounce, but yeah, like the structure is just downtrending. So for now, we need to pay attention to this chart. So we're going down equities, we're going down crypto as well. So that's how it is. That's how it is. Let's see if we false break this level. Go through. People getting stopped out. Not much volume. Not much volume, so not many people got stopped out, not many people got liquidated. How is Ethereum? Ethereum is still above the level. Two minutes to close the bar, so still quite a lot of time for this to become a bullish pin bar. If it becomes a bullish pin bar, it will be a good signal. If it's not, then we could look for a retest of this level. And I do like this level here. I remember I said I like this level. Oh yeah. I am going to fade this level actually. Let me quickly put an order there. Oh, it's bouncing. It's bouncing just before my order. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can. If we can, it bounced just before my order, maybe. I have something like this. It looks like you're gonna bounce. This is a big level. Ethereum's break through the lows. Maybe a false break on Ethereum. Maybe. This bar has just started, so I don't like the fact that we already went all the way back, pretty much close to the profit target that I would be on, like 57k or something like this. Again, this is very risky, very small size. We are catching knife here, man. It's not a great trade, but S&P started to show some signs of bouncing. Okay, that's and this is a pretty big level. This is a massive level. Yeah, this is a massive level. Let's see. So we at least do one trade on this stream. We do one trade on the stream and see. Yeah, we're going on for 47 minutes, almost an hour. So I think it's quite. It's not a lot of time, but like. Interesting times. Interesting times. All right, I think I'm gonna end the stream on YouTube. I think it's more than enough. I saw some people join. That was cool. Good experience. I'll see you guys on Instagram next time. Even because my phone is going to die. Yeah. And let's see if here on YouTube we can catch a trade. Let's see. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. Tomorrow is going to be very, very interesting. We've got some alerts here on gold because I think now we are in a sort of range, and it's good when you're in a range. We can buy support, sell resistance, sort of thing. So, and because this looks like a double top, maybe if it goes back into the area of resistance, we can find some short in there. Okay, 30 seconds for this bar to close. It's not gonna close very pretty. Ethereum, I wish this could close a little bit more bullish, and then we could buy the break of this bar, put a stop below that, but only if close bullish. Got an alert here. Let's see. Oh, okay. I've got another coin approaching support. I don't like him getting these long signals. Oh man, I really don't want to be long right now. This is not a good bar. This is not a false break. I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna pass that one. Bitcoin, come on, man. Like, you could go down, tap me and fakey, and then go up, right? If it goes up right now again and sells back down, I'm just gonna pull out this order. This is not the price action I want. I wanted to extend it a little bit more. You know, unfortunately, if I miss the level, we just move on. Yeah. That's the sort of reaction we want. But we should have been on this trade. Should have gone down a little bit more. And yeah, the break retest sort of thing in here, I don't want to do it right now because I wish it extended a little bit more before that. Okay, I'm gonna pull this order out. I think, yeah, I think there's not much we can do. Like, it's decided to bounce before entry, so it is what it is. It's on. I do have a trade here, maybe on ARM. Again, it is in a pretty big level. But it's not there yet. So those ones I like to trade on a 15. Bitcoin, Ethereum, I trade on a 5. They are more liquid. Yeah, I prefer those coins are usually very choppy and messy, so I traded on a 15. Let's keep an eyes on this one. If we see some sort of bullish pin bar here on this level, we will take this trade. Another trade I probably want to take on this is if we go back up and retest those levels. Okay, that's another trade I want to take. Similar to what happened there. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. You know, we go back below and then we extend into, it didn't touch the level, but imagine it touched the level, I would probably enter on the break of this bearish bar, put my stop above, and yeah, go for 2-1, whatever. That's pretty bad. I think maybe Bitcoin is probably looking that bad as well. Let's change. Let's do that on a 5-minute. And let's put that one on a daily. Actually, on the 4-hour. Yeah, selling that resistance would have worked. See? Sometimes you just need to be more brave. You would have a reaction in that level. Not a big fan of this bar, but if it closes in here, this is going to be a false break. Not a big fan of this bar, but you know. Let me close that. Okay. Hmm. False break, maybe? Equities are not looking that good. Hmm. Basically, we're just flipping this level right now. We can't even close above it. Yeah, man. Crazy. If it breaks through here, and obviously we have this two levels, which is not amazing. But given how extended it is, then maybe the long are gonna come from those levels. And definitely, I think some sort of, where is it? What is this arrow thing? If we get a move from this high to this low, and you put this in there, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's pretty fair to go to 50k and bounce from 50k. Oh, no way. Okay, definitely gonna use this bar to get in. We are definitely getting on this bar. Let's see if fakey those lows. Damn, the order that I had would have got triggered. That's okay. $2 minutes to close this bar. If it closes bullish, I'll enter this trade, and then we can definitely what do you call it? Find a long setup here. Maybe target back inside of this range, 58 sort of thing. But let's see. There's still some fighting going on. Ethereum maybe is gonna false break as well, and it looks even a little bit better, to be honest. It's not giving us the bullish pin bar, so not seeing that. This one, another minute. So let's see. Let's get ready. Let's prepare for this trade. So I know my risk are going to be around what, $300, and then my profit target will be around 1,000. Not a bad, like almost 3-to-1 risk reward. Not too bad. Okay. Yeah, I mean, mini is at support, so it's a big support. Man, it's not gonna happen, huh? The fakey bullish pin bar not gonna happen. The market doesn't want to bounce. Yeah, it wants to keep it going, so definitely. And then yeah, you see like this is the support, like, and then people get stopped there because they put the stops below support. Yeah, like a retest here could be a good trade. Yeah, unfortunately no trades on this stream, and I hope you guys enjoy this stream. I showed a little bit of macro, a little bit of my view in the market, and I'll try to do these lives more consistently. um, Obviously there will be days that I'll be very busy. It's not gonna be like watching just 3 charts. I'll be watching pretty much many charts and trades going on all the time. So it's hard to do a live stream and do that at the same time, but I will try, because it's important to grow the community. If you want to join my community, just click on the link in the description. Obviously, give it a like, subscribe. I'm just starting on this journey, so any support from you guys will be amazing to help with the algorithm. And yeah, let's watch this 57,100 levels on Bitcoin. Let's watch this $2,600 level on Ethereum, because now I like the short on those levels. I think we lost support, and you know what I mean. Like, I'm still gonna be watching this one to see if there is a bullish pin bar around this big level, and we'll see. Looks like we are already breaking through the previous week's low. Looks like we are just gonna keep going. Equities markets are melting. Everything's selling. People are panicking, and there might be a recession coming, and we've got to be prepared for it. And obviously, my plan for that is, it's actually a 30, 40, 50% drop at least. So 40K, 30K, and you got to be prepared for that, because that's basically what happened here. So basically, 2 things: we either gonna do a sort of week like this after a week of selling, or we're gonna do something like this where we just range and then we drop, or we're just gonna go sideways like that. I don't think after a week like this we're gonna do that, so it's not rock science. Obviously this one did that, but it's completely different. It's a very different chart, very different moment. We tried to hold this 60K for many times, and then now we just back below the resistance, and yeah, it's gonna be resistance until proven otherwise. And now for me, the next support is, given how extended it is, I would say here for a quick bounce, so 50K for a quick bounce, but obviously ultimately it's gonna be like at least like 40K, 30K. Okay. All right, guys, peace out.